What's doing? Welcome to another episode. This week we're going to be doing a Landcruiser 200 series. We're going to do an ECU and a trans tube. That's right, Landcruiser 200 series. It's on the dyno, ready to go. That's her there. So nothing special with this one. It's just a stock 200 series. Owner wants a little bit more power, but also mainly looking for that trans lockup and better shifting, no downshifting when not needed, all that sort of stuff. So let's get in. We'll do a base run, and we'll go try and get you where shift points are in standard mode and where we try and get lockup to happen, and then we'll compare to the tune. Alright, so we just ran it up. Now we're going to go through, and we've got a power wise thing, so we've got 150 kilowatts and 430 newtons of torque. So now we're going to show you what it does shifting through the gears in drive on the dyno, just light acceleration, just accelerating from the traffic lights, whatever, and we'll see where it shifts, what it does, and then we'll compare that to after trans tune. It's a little bit hard to do on the dyno where a kickdown is, but I can try and replicate it on here so you can sort of see how far it kicks down. We may even go for a real world drive so you can see what it does afterwards. Alright, so I sit in the car, ignore all the lights because the traction control stuff's all off. But up on my dyno screen up there, I'll zoom in probably here, but you can see there my throttle position is about 19% sitting here at idle. AC's on because it's a bit hot in the old office here today. But let's get stuck in. We'll get into drive and we'll go through on a light throttle. I'll keep it at the same sort of percentage, so you can see we'll probably sit about that 30% mark there. So I'll do that now. We'll go through the gears. Ignore the lights, it's just because we've got traction control turned off and whatnot on the dyno. But up on the screen up on there, you'll see, I'll zoom in, but you can see where it says 18%, that's our throttle position. So as I obviously accelerate, it increases. We can go through and see what gears is doing. So we'll go through and we'll see what she's doing. I'll try and do 2 runs and I'll see if we can maybe work out what's best for you guys to watch, whether you watch the dash or you can watch the dyno. Alright, so we're at a stop and we'll accelerate. That's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. We're getting to 100, and then the lockup reverse is locked in there now. So I've loaded the tunes in. There's 2 separate ones for ECU and trans, so I've loaded those in, done some testing, and now I'll go through and show you what it's doing, and then after that we'll do a power run. I'll throw the camera outside and show you some power figures before and after. Alright, so let's go. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got it written down here. So what we've done there is we've gone from I'll try and throw these up on the camera for you so you can see what I'm talking about at the same time. But second goes in at about 20 k's, then 30 k's, and 40 k's, and 60 k's, and 100. So what we're trying to do now is get you up in those top gears a lot earlier, and we'll hold those gears. So when you go out for an go out on the highway, go up a slight incline, especially if you're towing a caravan or something like that, it'll hold that gear in top gear, lock up as much as it can. So about 75% throttle somewhere there, depending on load and incline, and then it'll kick back, but it won't kick back 2 gears like it does currently, or did factory. And we'll try and, like I say, the main goal is as well for fuel economy is try and get you into those top gears earlier, get that torque a bit of lockup in and keep those transtemps down and make it a much nicer car to drive. So I'll get outside now and we'll do a power run so you can see what that is, and then we'll go through everything at the end again, and I'll show you befores and afters. I'll show you the shift points, befores and afters, so you can see where we're at, and we'll go for a drive. Alright, so I don't know if you heard that through the Dyno when we were driving, how smooth the power run was, but we'll run up on the screen up here now so you can have a look. Completely different car on the Dyno. Holds that gear, pulls all the way through, holds nice torque line and power line, but let's have a look. So as you can see, came in with 150 kilowatts and 436 newton meters of torque. Torque sort of was a bit wavy there going, and the same with our power line, just the way the head boost is controlled and whatnot. So we have a bit of a play. Our torque line now, we picked up nearly 200 newton meters of torque, and with that torque line now all the way through, we picked up massive torque way through, massive gains down here at that 90k. I can show you the RPM, but we've got to start at 90 and put in fourth to get the car to hold. And just look at this, big gains here, massive gains with a peak gain of 30 kilowatts. But down here, you're talking big numbers. Let's get you some exact numbers here. So I've just enabled the cursor here so you can see, but that's bang on 175 pretty much there, and we're on 134. So we've picked up, it's at 40 kilowatts from the get-go down low. This is going to be a completely different car to drive. So we keep this nice long linear line here, nice and easy, keep it all nice and constant. So this car will be completely different to drive, as I said before. We've done trans tune, no need for a lockup switch. Your wife can hop in it, your daughter can hop in it, your son can hop in it, your mate can hop in it. They can just hop in and drive the car. Don't have to do anything special, just drive it. It'll lock up, it'll do everything it needs to do, it'll hold gears, you can have way better fuel consumption, you can have way better torque, you can have way better power, and it's cheaper than getting one of those lockup switches. So why would you go and waste your time with a lockup switch that can fail, that has to be wired in, soldered in, you have to worry about something pressing the buttons, run all through the stock ECU, and then you also get a tune as well while you're here to get the best of both worlds. So yeah, so if you're interested in getting one of these tunes, let me know. Get on the comments down below if you want any more information about anything I can help you with. But give us a call on 54914626. Hit up our socials, we're on there as well. Always doing different wonderful things that I thought I'd bring you a 200 series for something different for us. Well, not different, but something different on the channel. So you can show you a stock 200 series, potentially you can get out of it. You don't need to be a hoon to need these things. You can just be a tourer that's looking for a bit more torque, a bit more power, and that auto to do what it should be doing. All right, that's it from us, guys. Hit that like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more action. Cheers, guys.